بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد خاتم الرسل النبيين من اتبعه بإحسان يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Inshallah everyone is doing beautiful and well during these times. I want to share a few moments talking to parents and young people as well. Subhanallah, it's been almost a year now since COVID struck us, and we've been socially isolated and physically isolated. I think we've been physically isolated and socially connected. We've been very connected on technology, on phones, on digital devices, and so forth, but very physically isolated. And we're creatures of movement. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the human beings, and He commands us in the Quran to move around the earth and to discover and reflect and learn and see things. And many people like to go out and as a matter of fact, most people, if not all of us, have to go out, at least a few times a week to run errands and things like that. And many of us over the past 12 months have been home. If we go out very little. We don't socialize with our connections in person the same way as before. And socializing over the internet is not the same. So that has created stresses in our lives as parents and as young people. And I've personally started to witness a lot more challenging moments between young people and their parents. And it's because both parties are stressed out. The parents have been working from home for a year over the internet. They're having meetings with their teams and bosses and direct reports online. It's not the same to talk to people digitally. And if people don't have their cameras on, it creates an additional barrier. You can't see their facial expressions. You can't understand how what you're telling them or saying is reflecting on them. So there's a lot of changes, and we're humans. We're creatures of communities, where we create communities around us, and as human beings, we require a sense of inclusion and a sense of being part of a group of people, whether it's a family, a community, or society. So my advice to everyone is take a break, go out, as young people say, chill out, just go relax. If you're having odds with your son or daughter, give them some space. They're also human beings. They're young. They have a lot on their shoulders, whether they're in high school and college. And one extra thing I just want to share to the parents, if your kids are 18, 19, 17, they're in a stage now, they're becoming almost full grown adults, and you have to give them some space. Even at the age of 15, you have to recognize that, they are now young adults, and 14 and 13, the same thing. They're growing, they're maturing, and they're going to have more additional responsibility, more opinions, and more ideas. And you have to let them vet those ideas out and share it with you and with the world. And sometimes these ideas might make you uncomfortable because you feel a little concerned that the way they're thinking might make you anxious. It might make you depressed or sad or disappointed. It might cause a numerous number of reactions to yourself. But you have, as an adult, have to take that in and absorb it and let it sink in and think about it and come back with your thoughts and opinions. And they're only thoughts and opinions. You can't enforce it on them. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for them. So as we grow, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us rebellious so that we can start thinking for ourselves, our belief, our faith, our purpose in life, our mission. And not just follow the footsteps of our parents. And as Muslims, we have to allow children to be convinced that what they want to do, and what they're doing is really what they want to do, whether it's with faith, career, school, profession, and so on. So if you're a father of an 18-year-old and you don't want them to drive, but they feel that they need to have a car, that's a thing that comes up a lot in many households. And you have to look around in society. Is this a society where your 18-year-old can move around independently, freely, without a car? If that's the answer, then maybe they can wait on the car. But if the answer is no, which is most probably the case in this country, unless you're living in a very big city like New York or Chicago, then they need a car. It's just like, Mus'ab ibn Umair and the other young Sahaba, Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, or Mu'adh ibn Jabal, when they were teenagers, they had their horses. They had a horse to ride to go from Mecca to Medina or from Mecca to Yemen. At the age of 14, you know, Mu'adh ibn Jabal is not going to walk from Mecca to Yemen. He's going to ride a horse, and he's going to have a sword with him, and he's going to have people who would be following him. He's a leader. And yet he was only 14 or 16-year-olds. Mus'ab ibn Umair, when he went to Medina, you know, chances are he rode a horse as well, right? So let the guy get a car. Maybe not a fancy car, but he needs a car. He needs 4 wheels to move around. Or let the sister work part-time so she can develop some skills. In other words, don't be a helicopter parent. They cannot and should not. They should not do every single little thing that you want them to do. They should listen to your advice, but that does not mean they're going to follow everything in it, because they have a different perspective on certain things. They go to colleges, they go to schools, and they understand the context and the dynamics of what they're dealing with better than you and I, because we don't go to their colleges, we don't go to their schools, we don't sit in their classes, we don't listen to their professors. Just like they don't go to our jobs, they don't listen to our bosses, and they don't listen to our direct reports. So they don't have the exact context that we have. It's not that they're better than us or we're better than them. It's just we're different. So never, never, ever think that your ideas have to be implemented to the T. They're ideas, and most cases, most chances are they will implement most of it because they trust you. They value what you're bringing to the table. But that trust and value can only remain and grow if we make them feel safe and comfortable and not pressured and threatened. So this advice is to parents. I'm a parent myself, and also to the young people. When you find your parents not clicking with you, remember, try to bridge the gap. And Ilya offers a lot of classes for young people on how to bridge the gap, communication skills and negotiating and influencing and coaching your parents and all kinds of great things. So if you want to learn more, go to islamicleadership.org and hit us up, and we can share, or follow us on Instagram. Islamic Leader, one word. Islamic Leader is our handler on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So follow us, inshallah. We can help each other out. Jazakumullah khairan, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful weekend. Assalamu alaikum.